Welcome back to the Graham Stephan Show. My name is Graham and welcome to my show. And let me ask you a question. Have you ever wondered what it's like to spend $4,320 a month in rent for an apartment? Well, wonder no longer, because CNBC Make It just posted this brand new video that's so enticing to watch, and it's already got 142,000 views, titled "Living in a $4,320 a month apartment in Jersey City, New Jersey. Wait for it, unlocked." So let's see how they live right after we destroy the like button for the YouTube algorithm. And with that said, enjoy. Let's begin.
I get a lot of shit from friends and coworkers when I say that I live in New Jersey, but we really love Jersey City.
I don't know, that's a bad sign when your friends are giving you trouble for where you live. You know what, maybe she needs new friends, more supportive friends who live in New Jersey, who get it, who spend $4,300 a month. Listen, if I were her friend, I would tell her immediately, you gotta get down that apartment cost. That's a lot of money to spend. But let's see.
So what I love about Jersey City is that there's a lot less of that intensity and that high energy.
Oh, I know why this is so expensive. It's the view. She's got probably one of the top floors on a corner unit with just incredible views. That's what she's paying for. It's not the space. It's getting to wake up to this every day. That's nice.
My name is Molly. I'm 27 years old.
Oh, she's got a Ramsey. Listen, I love those tuxedo cats with the black and white. I think they're so cute. Looks just like Ramsey, but I'm biased though.
I live in Jersey City, New Jersey in a 2-bedroom apartment with my boyfriend, and we pay $4,320 in rent a month.
Yeah, listen, it's expensive, but then again, if they're splitting it, it's like the same thing as them independently renting like a 1-bedroom. So, you know, they combine it, they get something much nicer, and they get that view.
I'm a cultural strategist at a consulting agency in Manhattan, and my boyfriend works in real estate.
Cultural strategist, what is that? I've never heard of that. Cultural strategy, I can't even say it. Cultural strategy is a field of practice that centers artists, storytellers, media makers, and cultural influencers as agents of social change. Literally, I'm so confused, and then the next result up, I kid you not, is titled, "What does a cultural strategist actually do?" You know that's a bad sign when there are articles out there. Like, the first thing that shows up is like, what do they do all day? I have no clue. Let's see if I could do some investigations and find out here. So this person says, "It's my job to develop the framework for enabling such a successful and innovative-driven culture. I develop inspiration sessions that are great for helping to refresh the mind in a very fast-paced agency culture." What does she do? I still don't get it. The whole thing is just, it's a bunch of buzzwords. That's all it is. I still don't know what she does. But you know what? I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. I'm sure it's a great job, and I'm sure she loves it very much.
So currently we have about a 60-40 split of the rent. My boyfriend pays 60% and then I pay about 40%. We kind of arrived on that just based on what we were both comfortable paying. I didn't want him to be paying drastically more than I was, even though he does make a lot more money than I do.
Ooh, sounds like she's got some resentment there. The tone. I'm kidding, guys. Okay, there's always that person in the comments like, "Hey, see how she mentioned that? She doesn't like that." There's always that one. I was kidding. That was a total joke. But there's always that one who gets upset at that.
We have a corner unit in this current apartment, which is great. So we've got gorgeous views of Jersey City looking west, and then we also have views of New York City looking north.
Ooh, look at that. That is gorgeous. I have to say, to be able to look at New York City, looks like you got the Empire State Building, you see the water line. That, I have to say, that's prime. That's really, in my opinion, almost as good as it gets.
I always say to people, you get the best views of New York City from Jersey City.
Wow, you know what? She's not wrong. She's very right, and that view is gorgeous. I'll hand it to her. I think maybe it's worth $4,300 a month.
Our building has a lot of amenities, which we really love. There is a 24-hour concierge service downstairs. There's also a package room and an Amazon hub. We also have a coffee bar and lounge on the first floor. There's also a gym with Peloton bikes and a fitness studio. And then we also have a pool deck as well as a grilling area on the 9th floor.
Listen, it's a lot of good amenities. And I'd say if you were buying a condo, let's say this thing were for sale, the HOA of something like this would probably be at the very minimum $400 a month. Realistically, you'd probably be paying about $700-800 a month just for those amenities. But already, getting suspicious of this because it's sounding like an ad. It's sounding like her boyfriend's in real estate, maybe representing the building, and they got them in and they're trying to drive leases here because already seems nice.
I feel like there's a lot of misconceptions about Jersey City, that it's like not really a fun or interesting place to be. A lot of people like to put Jersey City down because they think it's so far outside the city. But for me, it's just so easy to get into downtown if I want to. I think that when people come over and they actually see our apartment, they kind of realize why we actually do live here.
I could see that, but it just depends on what the commute is. Because if this is like a 20-minute commute, perfect. If this is like an hour to get there and back, not so much of a fan. Yeah, that's a stupid statistic though, because who cares about the median? The median doesn't have views of the ocean in New York City. Duh. But it does go to show you, listen, the premium that she's paying is probably $2,000 between the view and the amenities. That's it. I would guess the amenities is probably worth $600 a month. The view is probably worth another $1,300 a month. That's probably how it works out.
I think we didn't want to end up spending drastically more than our last one-bedroom apartment, and we wanted to make sure that it was within both of our budgets. My boyfriend does make more money than I do, so we had to make sure that, I was also comfortable.
Oh, there we go again. Again, she's mentioned it twice now that her boyfriend is making more money than her. So I'm not sure what's going on there, if there's a different dynamic than we're aware. But I don't know. I don't know if that's something I would mention once, okay, fine, whatever. But mentioning it twice. Let's see if there's now a third time. Yeah, about 1,000 square feet. That seems about right. And listen, for two people like that, it's a plenty of space. They got a view. They got so many other amenities. So chances are this is more than enough for them.
Our upfront move-in costs were first month's rent, which was $4,320, and then a security deposit for $1,500, which my boyfriend and I split evenly.
Wow, look at that. They split that evenly. They didn't split that 60-40. I'm kidding. Again, it's always that one person who's going to say that. Honestly, I have to say the security deposit, that's a really good price for a security deposit. I was assuming they'd have to pay like $4,300 for a security deposit. $1,500, fantastic. That's less money that they have tied up to the management company that they could go invest instead.
It's got such a great community feel. I'm just 5 minutes to Manhattan on the Exchange Place path, so if I want to go into Manhattan, it's very easy for me.
Yeah, 5 minutes. Listen, there's no reason then not to live here. It's gorgeous.
We like to go for walks along the water. There's a really beautiful walkway along the Hudson River with a really great view of the city skyline. That was really nice for us to do during the pandemic when there wasn't a lot open, just to go out and get some fresh air. So
that's a cool looking building. Looks very futuristic. I like how it just kind of juts out there, kind of off center. It's unique.
We have a little entryway, a little hallway. On your left-hand side, there is a bathroom.
It's weird, we're like 70% through the video, like almost towards the end, and now they're giving the house tour.
When you walk through the rest of the apartment.
Oh, the refrigerator's not the right size. That always bothers me when there's like a bit of a gap in between. It never bothered me until you start remodeling kitchens and then you realize, like, wait a second. The refrigerator is supposed to fit that space perfectly. They leave like an inch of a gap around it that they then put like this little thing around it. It fits the space, but for $4,300 a month, I would love a refrigerator that's like form-fitting just for that.
We've got a lot of really great counter space here. I try to cook as much as possible when I can, and then I can also watch TV while I cook, which is really amazing.
Oh my God, the audio cracking. This sounds like me. My audio cracks all the time. I'm not CNBC. Expect it from me, but that's not good. That audio is cracking.
This is our little dining area. This piece is actually one of my favorite things in the apartment. It's a dining set from West Elm, but I actually got it on Facebook Marketplace for like $300.
That's the way to do it. Listen, furniture is one of those things, if you buy it at retail cost, guaranteed, if you go to sell it, you're getting maybe 1/5 of that money back. So any furniture, lesson learned, you could either buy through places like Wayfair, which looks like 90% of the same thing for a fraction of the price, or go and buy used stuff like this. It's like furniture doesn't deteriorate really, so you may as well go and get a good deal on it.
So this is by far my favorite room in the whole apartment. This is my home office. In addition to the home office space, we also kind of have a little at-home gym section with some weights and yoga mats. Even though we do have a gym on the 9th floor, we sometimes just like to be able to do workouts in our own space.
Yeah, that's something I realized. I tried the whole like home gym thing. Not really, but I got a bench and like some of those adjustable free weights that went up to 60 pounds. I worked out for the first week, and then there's something different about working out at home where you don't have the same level of motivation as you do when you actually go somewhere else to go to the gym, and then like you're there and you tend to push yourself a little bit more. So that's why I actually like going somewhere to the gym, because it forces you to go.
I don't think that we're in a rush to buy property anytime soon. I think we're pretty happy renting for the next few years, but it is something down the line that I think that we would be open to. If we were to buy, I think it probably would be in Jersey City. It's quite young. You do see a lot of young families here, so I could definitely see putting down roots here in the future.
All right, yeah, listen, I love this space, and I don't blame them for spending $4,300 a month, especially when they split it. Again, it's equivalent to each of them getting their own spot that's not as nice, but now they can combine it and get a spot like that that's gorgeous. But you know what? I'm actually really curious to see the comments, because this has 170 dislikes, and we know there's gonna be a few juicy comments, so let's see. Yeah, plot twist, this video is actually sponsored by the building. What did I say? It seems like the building was really advertising themselves here. Video starts, I get a lot of S from my friends. I said the same thing. She needs new friends. Here we go, we got another one. I have never heard of the job title Cultural Strategist before. This has got to be a millennial job that like never existed before recently. I guess it's like, what do you do? I still have no idea. Listen, I'm sure she will end up seeing this episode and fill us in on all the details about what she does, but this sounds like a millennial thing to me. And I'm a millennial, so I could see that. Oh geez, these comments are both disappointing and hilarious. It's one of those BS position where she works for a family member. Oh man. Just some made up corporate job title they give recent grad students in an entry level starting slavery. Gosh, they get you, but seriously, cultural strategist sounds like a made up thing. Jack, do you want to be a cultural strategist? We'll call you that. And then I just love the people filling in with what they would do as if like this is their money that they're spending. I wouldn't pay for that no matter how much I made. Amenities aren't even great. You're basically just paying for a view. Well fine, then you don't need to pay for it. For me it's like, who do these people think they are? They could probably be retired in a few years if they lived modestly and were to make a few good investments. Or then we got this one. I prefer being homeless if the rent price for such a small apartment is $4,500. And then finally we got the last one. You know I'm gonna see this. I can't wait to hear from Graham Stephan. There we go. Of course I'm going to watch videos like this because they're really interesting. And overall, here's what I have to say. They're getting a lot of hate for spending $4,300 a month for an apartment. But listen, I think as long as they're not stretching themselves too thin, we have no idea how much she's making. We have no idea how much he's making. As long as they're not spending like more than 30% of their income on an apartment like this, I really don't see the problem here. I mean, sure, they could save money, but you know what? They got an incredible view. They're both happy. And maybe she's making $100K. Maybe her boyfriend's making like $300,000 a year, and this is like a drop in the bucket for them. So that's what I'm gonna hope. I'm gonna go in with the best intentions, and overall, I have to say, they got a really beautiful spot. So with that said, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to destroy the like button, subscribe button, and notification bell. Also, feel free to add me on Instagram. I post it pretty much daily, so if you want to be a part of it there, feel free to add me there. As in the podcast, The Iced Coffee Hour, new episodes being posted every single Sunday, so make sure to add yourself to that. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.